Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, and today I've got a premiere for you, so I'm kind of psyched. Today is December 8th, and Marathon is releasing a new bracelet for the GSAR. That's the WW194006, the 41 millimeter search and rescue watch, the auto. They released a bracelet for it. So today I have one for you to show. It's actually attached to the watch. This is the full watch with the bracelet attached, and I'll show it to you. It's really cool. It's gorgeous. I've been wearing it now for almost 2 weeks or so. It's been tough not to throw it up on Instagram, but they asked me not to. And I can tell you, after wearing it for 2 weeks, the thing has not a scratch on it. The clasp is a breeze. It's beautiful. Matches the watch perfectly. We will check it out. Just real quick, I'll tell you how this developed. So the Anthracite GSAR, the black government search and rescue on the rubber strap, was released in April of 2018. Later that year, I did meet with Marathon, and I asked them when the bracelet's coming out, and they said, probably in the summertime. Well, summertime came, and I talked to them, and they said, we're not happy yet. So the bracelet literally is nearly 3 years of pursuit of perfection. So here we are now, like 18 months later, after when it was supposed to come out, and it's finally here. It's worth it. I dig it. It holds its spot as one of the best bracelets I've ever used. It's not a Damasco bracelet for $700. But its pricey. The retail is $450, but it elevates the watch unbelievably. So let's check it out. So the big release or the big review is really about the bracelet. But to me, you can't really review the bracelet if it's not attached to the watch that it's meant to be on. So the bracelet is made to fit the GSAR. That's the WW194006 watch. They make the Anthracite GSAR in two varieties, with government marking, says U.S. government on the dial, and without. So there's three products at play here. The bracelet, there's only one bracelet, and they are all marked just with Marathon marking on the clasp. That's product number one. Retails of $450. You will find them on our website now. And then product number two would be the watch with the bracelet assembled to it for those that don't already own the watch in U.S. government version, and then without U.S. government version. And those are $2,000 for the watch on the bracelet. So if you already own the watch, you could just get the bracelet. And if you want the whole package, you can purchase the whole package. Or we, of course, still sell the GSAR Anthracite on the rubber strap. Okay, so what do I say? The bracelet is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, I've been wearing this for roughly 2 weeks, and as you can see, even on the clasp where it notoriously rubs against the desk, there are no marks. It is a beautiful double push button butterfly clasp, but I mean, when it snaps, oh, it's lovely, lovely jubbly. The watch has a whole bunch of removable links. Let's see. I know someone's going to ask me if it tapers. I believe these taper actually to 18 millimeter, my Marathon calipers. Let's see. Yeah, it tapers to 18. So it's a 20 by 18 millimeter bracelet. It is done in a full PVD plating. Now, each link is basically sandblasted and then plated. So I'm going to try to bump up the exposure a bit. So you can even look at the edges of the links. Everything is plated. You're not missing a thing. Super thick, 1 to 1.2 microns of plating thickness, whereas others normally would use about half a micron of thickness. So super thick, so it's not going to scratch. And then the materials that they use to do the plating process, achieved under high vacuum and extremely high temperatures, produces this beautiful finish. And because it's over sandblast, this little lint on my glove, because it's done over sandblast, it gives you that stealthy, non-glossy kind of matte finish. It's very environmentally resistant, withstands everything you're going to throw at it, whether it be salt, seawater, sweat from your wrist, and salt fog. Salt fog is a military term. It's basically anything in the Navy has to pass salt fog testing, an extremely corrosive environment. So like I said, they spent a lot of time engineering this bracelet. The links are held together with screws on each side. Usually I'm not a big fan of this because when you go with the diametrically opposed screwdrivers to loosen them, you wind up moving it or whatever, but not at all. It was literally a dream. I do want to mention, and maybe you picked it up already, the watch has 4 half links. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I believe 14 full-size links. To fit my 6 3/4-inch wrist, I had to remove more than usual. I had to remove 4 full-size links. So I'm going to say the bracelet will fit roughly an 8-inch wrist, maybe a little bit more, but 4 half-size links. Because there's no micro adjust on a butterfly, look at the butterfly clasp. Look, it's plated everywhere. 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 Nothing's missing. Where was I? Because it's 4 half links and no micro adjust, you can really tune it into what you want. But I just removed 4 full-size links, and I'm happy as a clam at high tide to finish the rest of the expression. I guess, though, we should talk about the watch just a bit. So the GSAR is 41 millimeters in diameter, around 13.5 thick, 47.5 on the lug tip to lug tip. It wears on my 6 3/4-inch wrist extremely well. Very comfortable. You'd think it's chunky. It appears chunky, but it actually wears very nicely. Like I had said in the beginning, the price. The bracelet is $450, and the watch with the bracelet attached is $2,000. So what makes Marathon special? Marathon uses Tritium tube markers. It's a Swiss-made watch. It says right at the bottom there, a Swiss movement. I believe there's a Salida in this guy. 300 meters of water resistance. I may have said that already. But it's got Tritium tube markers, and you could see them on the hands, those glass tubes, and around the dial. They're all green except for the one at 12, which is orange to give you a nighttime registration. And then the bezel is not lumed. However, the pip at 12 is photoluminescent, probably Mariglow, which is basically their superluminova. But everywhere else on the watch is Tritium. Tritium is radioluminescence. It glows with radioactivity, lasts roughly 10 to 20 years. And I'll tell you, amazing when you shut out the lights and you look at the watch, and it's instantly readable. Now, it is tough for me to do in my environment. Even if I bump up the exposure, it usually doesn't look that great. So I'm going to use a black light. You can see it almost already lighting up there, but I'm going to use a black light with the lights out so you can really see how it glows. So there you go, or there you glow. The hands are all have tritium tubes on them, and the markers as well, and then the 12 has that orange. Like I said, it's not like Superluminova or Lumibright from Seiko that glows extremely bright in the beginning and then fades out. This gives a constant glow the entire time. It's on your wrist, off your wrist, in the dark, in the light, it doesn't matter. It's always working, so that when you walk into a dark room and you look at the watch, you can easily see the time. And we'll finish it up with the wrist shot. This is it on my 6 3/4-inch wrist. Like I said, I removed 4 full-size links. Very comfortable. I've been wearing it, for a while now. Below the bone, above the bone. People always have a tough time deciding on size of marathons because they make the 41, which is the GSAR. They make the TSAR, that mid-size one, which is 36. And they also make the Jumbo, the JDD, and the JSAR, which is 46 millimeters or something. And there's such a size difference between the two of them. But I will say, if you are in doubt, go for the 41. This is my 6 3/4-inch wrist, and it looks great. Fits great, feels great, runs great, everything. I think a lot of people get the mid-size, and they're like, oh, it's really that small, huh? And it really is. If you're under 6.5, mid-size all the way. But if you're 6 3/4 or over, it's not. Looks are deceiving. It wears much better than you will think. So I will wrap it up there. This has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, showing you pretty much the new bracelet for the Marathon GSAR Anthracite. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below, and I'll be sure to address them as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.